Hello friends. Now let us take up the fifth program PFG-5 in this series. The task of this program is preparing and printing a student's mock report. In fact, this is not a program. In my view, it is a project. Most people use the terms program, project and software interchangeably, the same meaning. But I want to show a difference between a program and a project for our discussion sake. Actually, program. So far, you have performed 4 programs. By the 4 programs, you learned certain concepts practically and implemented it, namely comment, input function, print function, int function, float function, etc. and all that. You could write 4 programs. By that, many things, more than half a dozen things, concepts you applied and learned them practically. Now this is a project. What is the difference? Actually, whatever knowledge you gained through 4 programs, now you are applying in this project. This is a clear task, definable task. What is the definable task? You are preparing a student's mock report formally like a professional. You think like a professional and work like a professional. Actually, what is professionalism in programming? I cannot explain theoretically. If I explain theoretically also, you cannot grasp anything. That's why, what is the professionalism I want to show practically. Here, one thing I am telling you, even though you are just a beginner, I promise you, you will evolve as a professional. In order to evolve as a professional, which practices you have to implement, which knowledge you have to gain, how to implement that, all that I am explaining practically. That point you have to understand. Actually, what is the difference between a student's approach and a professional approach? Just I give a briefing. By that, what is the real professionalism in programming, you can understand. Actually, you know that in colleges, some programming task is given. Most students, almost 90%, even 100%, just start typing it on the computer, if computer is before them. Actually, a professional never do that. Professional first complete mental work, thereafter start the physical work. Physical work means once mental work is over, thereafter they start typing on the computer. In real life also, we do that. Actually, you want to go for a holiday trip of 1 week. Just you got an idea. Then you complete some mental work. After completion of the whole mental work, you start your physical work. Just for example, what is the mental work? Which places we have to visit? What is the budget? Who will accompany us? Where we have to stay? Which articles especially you have to purchase? All that questions one should get answers. After getting all the answers, then mental work is over. Then they start their physical work of reserving travel tickets, hotels, etc. and all that. That everybody knows. What is the mental work is called design, and what is the physical work is called implementation. One more example I give you. You want to construct a building. Anybody wants to construct a building. First they get the blueprint. The blueprint is the design. Thereafter, strictly according to the blueprint, they implement and construct the house. So here, program is like a construction. You are building programs, building projects. That word we use. That's why first you have to complete the mental work. Mental work. Once mental work is over, everything will be clear. Then you have to sit on the computer and start typing it. That from the day 1 onwards, you learn here. Actually, for your information, just you have studied only 2 hours. 1 hour, 5 concepts I explained, and 1 hour I explained 4 programs. With that, some seizable knowledge you got. In order to, it enables you to develop a project. This is the project. Not only this project, another 5, total 6 projects you are going to develop. At the end of that, you feel like a professional. Of course, these are small projects. Don't worry about that. Everybody starts from 1, after 2, 3, 4,000. Understand? So it may be small project, but professionally you develop it. You think like a professional and work like a professional. Now, I explain this project meticulously, every bit clearly, without scope for doubt. Since this is your first project, I may take 15 to 20 minutes time. You should have proper patience and perseverance. Without having patience and perseverance, you never evolve as a professional. You may get some software job. I am not talking about that. If you are ambitious to evolve as a professional programmer, you must have patience and perseverance. and this program may take 15 to 20 minutes time. Every bit you listen and digest and implement it. If it is required, one more time you watch. This program only I may take 15-20 minutes. Next program project onwards only 10 minutes, 5 minutes also I take. That point you have to understand. Previously also, first program I have taken 15 minutes time. Thereafter, next 3 program I have taken much less time than that. Okay, that point you have to understand. Now, starting trouble. Whenever you take up any new thing, new task, not only programming, starting troubles are there because your brain does not know about that. That's why starting troubles are there. Simple example I give you. You might have learned cycling. When you learn cycling first time, definitely you might have fallen down sometimes. Why? It is a simple thing. Simple thing. Why you have fallen down means your brain didn't acquaint with the cycling. That's why you have fallen down. After a few failures and all that, you are able to ride the bicycle. By the time your brain acquaint with that. So until unless your brain acquaint a task, failures are must. That's that point you have to, that we call as starting troubles. Now, without having any starting trouble, you can write this project smoothly. For that purpose, what is required, everything I am going to explain to you. First, see the output. What you are expecting from this project, that you write. Now, if you are a beginner programmer, it is a must. Not only contents, in which format you want to write also, you clearly write without scope for doubt. Thereafter, your thinking process should start. Already I told you, first thinking, thereafter implementation. Thinking process is called design. Okay. Now, if you see that in this first question is how many data items? How many data items are there? First, we have to count. Actually, already in the first program I explained to you data item and label. Here you see that Arjun is the data item. Its a label is name. 10 is the data item. Class means class number is the label. 12 is the data item. Roll number is the label. So you have to identify only data items. If you see that here you can find 15 data items. 15 data items. How many? 15 data items. What are they? Arjun, 10, 12, triple A, triple B, triple C, triple D, triple E. I am not giving the exact names of the subjects like English, Hindi, Maths, Physics, etc. and all that. Time being, you write with the capital letters triple A, triple B, triple C, triple D and triple E, like for the sake of simplicity. Thereafter, below them, you can find marks percentage in 5 papers, 55, 48, 52, 54, 66. That is 5 data items. And thereafter, total marks 1 data item and average mark another data item. Totally 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2. Totally 15 numbers. So, where we store the data item? In variables. 15 variables are required for this. Okay, that's the first question. Second question, how many are input data items? Actually, already I explained to you. In the cash fill program, I explained. 3 are input data items and 1 is output data item. Actually, what are the input data items? In that, item name, number of items, rate per unit is input data item and amount is the output data item. As far as this is concerned, how many are input data items? How many are output data items? Actually, input data items means we enter, we know, computer does not know. Computer, we have to provide that, then only it can own it. Okay, here 13 are input data items and 2 are output data items. Actually, your name you have to enter, class number you have to enter, roll number you have to enter, subject names you have to enter, marks in corresponding subject you have to enter. Totally 13 are input data items and 2 are output data items. 2 means which are 2? Total marks don't enter. Program will calculate in the processing section 275, average mark 55. That 2 are output data items. That you remember. That's the second question. Third question, what are the types? What are the types means you should have a knowledge. In Python program you don't write, but you should have a knowledge. Here name is a string, class number is an integer, roll number is an integer, subject names, 5 names, strings, uh, marks in 5 papers. Let us take as integer, and total marks integer, average marks integer. Okay, that knowledge you should have. Thereafter, which names you have to give? Which names you have to give? Actually, namesake, name only. Class, actually one problem is there. You don't write class, CLASS you write. Actually, class is a keyword. Class is a keyword. We are not supposed to use it. And later, in some other context, I will explain to you. As far as class is concerned, you write this KLASS. It is a keyword. Keyword should not be used as identifiers. That one principle is there. That's why this point you remember. Very rarely it comes. Thereafter, a roll number, subject 1 name, subject here, subject 1 name, subject 2 name, subject 3 name, like that you write. And subject 1, sub 1 marks, sub 2 marks, sub 3 marks, like that you write. Tot marks and average marks. Actually, when multiple words are there, you connect them with the underscore symbol. So now once again I repeat the checklist. How many variables are required? How many data items are required? Means that many variables are required. In this case 15. Out of the 15, how many are input data items? How many are output data items? Input data items in this case 13 and output data items are 2. Input data items we write in input section. By using input function, we read 13 items, and remaining 2 in the processing section, we use formula and write total marks. You know the formula. Total marks is equal to P1 plus P2. So okay, simply P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus P5. You add all the 5 marks in 5 papers. Thereafter, average marks, total marks by 5. That way, processing section. Now all 15 variables are filled with the data. Then you write the output strictly according to this format in the output section.